Miss Lavigne, if I may ask you, you organized two marches in St. James Parish, and tell us, could you tell us a little bit about how you got the idea and how you put it together, and what advice do you give to other people that sometimes the idea of a march, a demonstration, getting people together uh, seems difficult if or there's a reluctance to move into that direction. But what advice would you give to others who want to do the same thing?
Well, when I first found out that Formosa Plastics wanted to locate in St. James Parish, I just couldn't understand why our parish council and our public officials would welcome them into our parish, knowing that we already bombarded with a lot of industry. As I went to public meetings and hearing all the details and stuff about these industries that I didn't really know about, I knew we were here, but I didn't know the effects of the chemicals that were emitted into the air. So I formed an organization. I talked to some people in the community, and I asked them to let's do something. There was nothing we could do about it. Once our public officials vote for things to come in St. James, it's a done deal. So I didn't buy that because this industry was coming 2 miles from where I live, and I just couldn't understand that we have an industry coming in. So I formed an organization. I talked to people and asked them to join the organization. They joined. We had our first meeting on October 20th, 2018. We had our first march with Rise St. James on November the 3rd, 2018. That's was our first time being in the public, speaking to people, speaking out. Then we went on from there. Then other people asked to join. They joined with us. Then I joined an organization, one coalition called Coalition Against Death Alley. So we worked together with different organizations. Then we planned our second march in May 2019. Then we planned another march October 2019. We went to the governor's mansion. We went to the Capitol. We asked to speak to the governor. He wouldn't speak with us. He won't even take our phone calls. He won't even listen to our concerns. But when he came down here in St. James to ask the African American votes, I spoke with him briefly for 1 minute. And I asked him to stop this industry from coming into St. James. And he said, answered me, he will do a health study. He's not going to try to stop it because he approved it, because that industry will bring the state money, but it will bring St. James debt. We will die if this industry come into St. James. The public officials have the power to stop all of this. They are not listening to the concerned citizens. It is a shame I have to form an organization to try to stop what's going on in St. James. When I found out I had autoimmune hepatitis in 2016, I didn't have any idea that it was coming from the chemical plants. Ever since that, I joined an organization in 2015. It was called HELP, Humanitarian Enterprise of Loving People. They told me there was nothing we could do, and it was a done deal. They put a drive in me by telling it to me that it was a done deal. That must arise something inside of me, come out of me. And that's when I formed this organization, and we've been going ever since. We have another organization called Louisiana Bucket Brigade. They are working closely with us to help us to get the word out. We've been doing live stream. We've been going to the parish council meetings, and we were speaking out. We give these marches, we speak out, we give live streams, we write letters to the editor, we write letters to different people, to the governor. The governor is not answering our letters. EPA won't even talk with us. They side with the chemical plant. The state and the federal government are backing these industries. We have, besides Formosa, we have two other industries that's trying to come into St. James. We have to fight all of these industries when our public officials are not even helping us. It's a hard fight, but we have to do it to save our community. If this plant come in here and the other two that comes in here, we will not be able to live. And we can't.
Thank you. You asked for a moratorium on those petrochemical facilities for the state. What was the state's response and their leadership?
They haven't responded.
At all.
our parish officials either.
Let me ask you something, Ms. Lavigne. You know, you're as you stated in your opening comments. You know, your family has been in St. James Parish for many generations, and I imagine your family has seen it all and seen the change that's happened over the years, uh, and the change that's happened in your lifetime. What would you say to people that would tell you, given the struggle that you're going through to protect the residents of St. James and their public health, uh, what would you say to people who think you should just move out of St. James if it's not a healthy place for you to be anymore? What would you say to them?
I would tell them, this is our lane, this is our home. Why should we have to give up our livelihood because some industry wants to come in? And we're not going to allow them to take what we worked for, what our ancestors worked for. We're not going to just give it up. No.